Hello and welcome back to Fauji Days. I hope you all had a great festive season and a great Diwali. And we are extremely fortunate to have back with us our most loved guest, Lieutenant General Tiny Dhillon. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Mehak.
Thank you so much for being here again. It's always a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you.
So, sir, your first book, Kitne Ghazi Aaye, Kitne Ghazi Gaye, we're sitting almost over 1.5 years after the launch of that book. And it has received so much love. And I think at Fauji Days, we have been privileged to be kind of having seen that firsthand with the kind of orders that we're getting, the kind of messages that we get from readers. So, sir, how would you describe this overpouring love that you have? In fact, today itself, you signed over 450 copies. So the love hasn't stopped.
Yeah, it's about 20 months now, 21 months to be precise. The book was released, as you are aware, in February 2023. And the number of copies which are being sold, like you said, yesterday we signed 450 copies.
Yes.
And your initiative of by name signing, personalized message, I think that's also struck a chord with the readers. And yes, the book has received unprecedented love,
Yes.
especially from the youngsters and those people who are, strategic watchers.
Correct.
So the spectrum of the readership is very wide, and the type of DMs and the emails which I get, I think it's overwhelming.
Absolutely.
And very happy to have written that book.
I understand. And sir, we also heard that it's been nominated for Crossword's Popular Choice Award in the non-fiction category. And I think popular is the keyword over here, because that's exactly how you would kind of categorize this book. It's extremely popular, and just like you said, it's across people of different, from different walks of life, youngsters, elders, everybody's doing it. So, I mean, a fantastic response to this book.
Yes. As you said, Crosswords in the non-fiction category, in the popular awards.
Absolutely.
The book has been nominated amongst the 5 non-fiction books. And I think I am the only, that first-time author.
Debut author, yes.
Debut
I was
author.
just going to say that. Absolutely.
So I think, again, a great honor to be recognized by a book-selling house as big as Crossword. And the book being nominated for a popular choice.
Yes.
I think that
So
also
has
gives
this
you a
kind of given you an impetus to continue writing more and now actually become a full-fledged author and not just...
I'm not sure about the full-fledged author. I would prefer to be called a professional soldier, and some sort of a thinker, writer, communicator, motivator. So if one has acquired these aspects or traits of personality,
Yes.
I would like to share it, especially with the younger generation.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So what has kind of been your, what has inspired you in this journey? I'm sure your book has inspired so many people, but what has been your biggest source of inspiration, having seen this entire journey of kind of becoming an author, publishing it, and then seeing all this love from the reader? So what has inspired you the most?
See, when I went on to write the first book, immediately after I hung my boots, and the aim was that I have, been in the army for 40 years, traveled across the country, across the globe, acquired so much of human relations aspects. Managing HR. Indian Army is the biggest HR managers. And managing HR is under very trying and adverse situation at times, where, the best in the man comes out, and also the worst in the man comes out.
Yes.
So managing those type of emotions, those type of moods, so I thought I must share it with youngsters. And the cantonment is considered a 4-walled garrison. So a lot of people aspire to be in the defense. A lot of girls want to be in the defense too. And a lot of girls want to marry an army man or a defense personnel. And similarly, a lot of young boys want to marry a girl from the defense forces. So I wanted to tell them what lies behind the garrison walls. There is a different family altogether.
Yes.
And that family at times is much better than your personal family.
Yes.
There is a value system there. There is a care there. There is a sharing there. So I wanted to share those things with the youngsters. So that's how the Kitne Ghazi Aaye, Kitne Ghazi Gaye, the first part. is all about. And of course, the second part is Kashmir, which is inseparable from my professional life.
Absolutely. I understand. So, sir, Kitne Ghazi Aaye, Kitne Ghazi Gaye was your life story, right?
Yes.
So, right from your childhood up till, just like you said, your service in Kashmir. But we also know that there's a second book coming up, and if I may release, kind of talk about the tentative title, which is Wafadari, Imaandari, and Zimmedari.
Yes.
So, what is this book all about? Where was your motivation for with this book? What do you intend to do with this book? If you can tell us a little bit about it.
Wafadari, Imaandari, Zimmedari are the pillars of military leadership ethos. We all understand Wafadari is loyalty, Imaandari is honesty, and Zimmedari is, sort of dedication or your commitment, or your responsibility. But what actually it means on ground when there is a life and death situation? Would you continue to be Wafadar to the person? Would you continue to be Imaandar? Would you continue to be Zimmedar? Like in the Indian Navy, there is a tradition. The captain goes down with the ship. Now that is the Zimmedari. That is the Imaandari. That is the Wafadari. I'm not talking about a few pennies here and there. So this military leadership ethos has a great relevance in the civil society.
Absolutely.
It has a great relevance in the corporate world. So this book, which talks about military leadership ethos, many of them, how to manage fear, how to manage team, how to build a team, how to manage crisis, how to manage competition, and how to overcome the surroundings around you, the environment around you, which may be very, very uncertain, which may be very, very dangerous.
And volatile as well.
And so how do you come out winner from that? So all these things are very relevant to the youngster who is in school. It's very relevant to the schools who want to inculcate these qualities in their students. It's very relevant to the defense aspirants for their SSB and life beyond. It's very relevant for the HR in the corporate world. How to train their HR to have this motivational leadership ethos. Because they also build their HR for future leadership roles.
Absolutely.
So this book is, again, it has got a wide spectrum of readership and the type of feedback which I'm getting, because at times I discuss with people. The type of feedback which I'm getting is very encouraging, and I think this book probably is going to be a bigger hit than the previous one.
Oh, I hope so. I certainly hope so. So, and this title, it creates that same sort of impact that Kitne Ghazi Aaye, Kitne Ghazi Gaye does. So, was this title kind of something that evolved when you were writing this book, or did you have this in mind and then you started writing this book?
See, like the first book, Kitne Ghazi Aaye, Kitne Ghazi Gaye, was published by Penguin Random House India, and my editor is Mr. Premanko Goswami. I'm going with the same team again for the second title, second book. So when first book hit the stands, within a month, Premanko Goswami and Penguin Random House had a discussion with me for the second book. At that time, I had not even thought what it's going to be. But they signed me, thinking that I may not go to someone else. So again, a corporate leadership lesson. And I signed this book with Penguin in March 2023. And the title was just tentatively...
So that's just 1 month after your launch, basically?
Just within a month after the launch. And when the book was really going great. So at that time, the title, we had just randomly given it something, some winning something, and it was called tentative title. But as I was writing and as I was thinking and discussing, so these three words, by the way, there's a very interesting thing. Penguin did not want the first book title to be Kitne Ghazi Aaye, Kitne Ghazi Gaye, because they said we are an international brand and we have international readership. We need a title in English. But I stuck to my guns. And rest, as they say, is history. So this time around, Penguin wanted a title in Hindi.
Wow. So you got your way completely.
So that's how this Wafadari, Imaandari, Zimmedari, three pillars of military leadership ethos, is a tentative title now. But I think we will
stick with it.
Continue with that.
Wonderful, wonderful. So just like you said, there's something for everybody in this book. There's something for the youngsters. There's something for even HR corporates and people who can learn from this. So the main question is, when can we expect this book? When is it going to be out on the shelves? And what about the pre-orders and the process?
Almost 50% of the book has been written and submitted for editorial work.
Great.
And balance 50%, the framework is ready. The chapterization has been done, the sub-chapterization has been done. What has to be written in sub-part, those bullet points have been created. The only thing, they have to be now expanded
Yes.
and structured.
Yes.
So I intend to finish it sometime by mid-December. And I think by April, May 2025 is the timeline we give
For
to the
the
book
release.
for hitting the stands. And as regards pre-orders and signing, yes, the pre-orders I intend to sign. And with browsers, we will continue this relationship of by name signing for the readers with a personalized message
Lovely.
in pre-orders as well as after the orders.
After the order.
So that I think initiative by the browsers, Fauji Days, I would honor that, and I would like to continue that.
That's our
relationship.
privilege.
And I urge the readers, if they want a pre-ordered copy or a copy after the release with their name and a personal message, they should contact you. I think details are there in the bio.
Absolutely, sir. And I think, just like I said earlier as well, I think we've seen this love firsthand, because it's not only the orders that you get, but the intent with which those orders are placed, the kind of love that readers show to this book is unprecedented. It's not been seen before.
And you know, we have signed this by name copy at middle of the night also.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
there are deadlines to be met.
Absolutely, sir. And I think I've always been in awe of the speed at which you do it and the dedication with which you do it, because, sir, honestly, it takes a lot to build that bond with the reader. You know, one thing is to buy the book, you know, and read it, but to have that personal bond that you build through the book, you know, to remember what people are saying to you, recognize even them by face sometimes, just like we saw at the launch. I think those are very, very important things. And the fact that you've taken that step to, you know, actually spend time, personalized writing,
that is Zimmedari.
That is Zimmedari.
That is Zimmedari towards my readers.
Absolutely.
That was a Zimmedari with which I served in the army towards the men I commanded. And now that I'm writing a book, this is my Zimmedari towards the readers, that they don't have to wait for it. I must reach out to them.
This is fantastic.
And you are doing a great job in helping me in that.
This is fantastic, sir. I think everything comes from the author, and we're so privileged to have an author like you who has gone out of his way to do all of this, and it makes our job all the more enjoyable because we are able to deliver that to readers.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, coming back to the military ethos, जो करना है ना, शिद्दत से
करना है. Yeah.
नहीं तो बोल दो नहीं सर आज मूड नहीं है. I always told, I said nothing to report is a very considered report.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me every day, sir, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. You can take off for yourself and just say nothing to report. Similarly, लेकिन जिस दिन करना है, then no half-hearted. फिर वो वफादारी, ईमानदारी, जिम्मेदारी, all has to go into it.
Absolutely.
So that's it.
Lovely. So I think even in these short interactions, we learn so much from you, and I think this is the way we should be living our lives also in different ways.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, sir. It's been an honor and a privilege again, and we hope to keep making sure that your books reach a wider audience and people get what they want. And we would also be doing our work with the same kind of zimmedari that you are telling us about.
Thank you.
So thank you.
And one last point. You may buy the book, you may not buy the book, you may read the book, you may not read the book, but continue to do everything you do. Shiddat se, Wafadari, Imaandari, Zimmedari, inculcate these 3 habits, and sky is the limit for you. All the very best to you. Thank you, and Jai Hind.